Hey there, future moms and dads. Welcome back to 9 Months and Beyond, your go-to channel for navigating the incredible journey of pregnancy and parenthood. Today, we will address one of the complications of pregnancy. In fact, the one that has appeared most frequently in recent years: gestational diabetes. But don't worry, we're here to break it down in a way that's easy to understand. First things first, gestational diabetes is a type of diabetes that develops during pregnancy. It's all about how your body handles sugar, and it's more common than you might think. In this video, we'll cover everything from what causes it and how it's diagnosed, to how you can manage it and keep both you and your little one healthy. So grab a comfy seat, maybe a healthy snack, and let's get started. Okay, let's dive into understanding gestational diabetes a bit more. So, what exactly causes it? Well, it's a bit like a perfect storm of pregnancy hormones meeting your body's ability to use insulin. During pregnancy, your body produces hormones that can make it harder for insulin to do its job, which is to move glucose from your blood into your cells for energy. If your pancreas can't keep up and make enough extra insulin, your blood sugar levels rise, and the result can be gestational diabetes. Now, who's more likely to experience this? There are a few risk factors. If you have a family history of diabetes, you might be at a higher risk. Lifestyle factors also play a role. Being overweight or obese before pregnancy increases your chances, as does a lack of physical activity. Some studies, like the famous Nurses' Health Study, have shown a clear link between lifestyle choices and the risk of developing gestational diabetes. So, while you can't change your family history, you can definitely take steps to manage your weight and incorporate regular exercise into your routine. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding these factors is the first step in taking control of your health during pregnancy. All right, let's talk about symptoms and diagnosis. Now, here's the tricky part. Gestational diabetes often doesn't come with obvious symptoms. Many women don't notice anything different at all, which is why screening is so important. However, some common symptoms can include excessive thirst and frequent urination. If you find yourself constantly reaching for that water bottle and making extra trips to the bathroom, it might be worth mentioning to your doctor. The main way gestational diabetes is diagnosed is through a glucose tolerance test, or GTT. This involves drinking a sugary drink. Yes, it feels oddly like a high school science experiment. And then having your blood sugar levels checked at specific intervals. The American Diabetes Association provides clear guidelines on how this test should be conducted and what the cutoff values are for diagnosis. Typically, you'll have an initial screening test, often between 24 and 28 weeks of pregnancy. If that comes back elevated, you'll proceed to the full GTT. It's a bit of a process, but it's crucial for catching gestational diabetes early and ensuring the best possible outcomes for you and your baby. So, if your doctor recommends it, don't skip it. Okay, so you've been diagnosed with gestational diabetes. Now what? Don't worry, it's all about management and monitoring, and you've got this. The first and most important thing is regular prenatal care. Think of your healthcare providers as your pit crew during this important ride. They'll help you navigate the ins and outs of managing your blood sugar levels and keeping both you and your baby healthy. Dietary modifications are usually the cornerstone of gestational diabetes management. This doesn't mean you're doomed to a life of bland, tasteless food. It's about making balanced choices. The DASH diet, originally designed to manage hypertension, can be a great model for gestational diabetes as well. Focus on whole grains, lean proteins, and plenty of fruits and vegetables. And yes, you might need to cut back on the sugary treats. Sorry. Physical activity is another important key. Safe exercises for pregnant women, like walking, swimming, or prenatal yoga, can help improve your insulin sensitivity and keep your blood sugar levels in check. Studies have shown that regular exercise during pregnancy can significantly reduce the risk of complications associated with gestational diabetes. So, get moving. It is inevitable to mention prevention strategies because being proactive is always a good idea. While you can't completely eliminate the risk of gestational diabetes, there are definitely steps you can take to lower your chances. Pre-pregnancy health optimization is key. If you're planning a pregnancy, now's the time to focus on getting your body in its best shape. The role of healthy weight and nutrition can't be overstated. Aim for a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Regular physical activity is also crucial. Even moderate exercise can make a big difference in your insulin sensitivity. Consistent monitoring and adjustments are also important. If you have risk factors for gestational diabetes, such as a family history or previous gestational diabetes, your doctor might recommend earlier screening. And if you do develop gestational diabetes, remember that managing it effectively is all about staying on top of things. This might involve using a glucometer to check your blood sugar levels regularly. Think of it as your new BFF for the next few months. Regular checkups with your healthcare provider will help you stay on track and make any necessary adjustments to your diet or exercise plan. Let us now address the potential complications and outcomes associated with gestational diabetes. Remember, effective management can significantly reduce these risks. One possible risk for both mother and baby is preeclampsia, a condition characterized by high blood pressure and signs of organ damage. Delivery complications can also arise, such as a higher likelihood of needing a C-section. Babies born to mothers with poorly managed gestational diabetes may be larger than average, which can lead to difficulties during delivery. There are also long-term health implications to consider. Women who have had gestational diabetes have a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes later in life. Babies may also have an increased risk of obesity and type 2 diabetes as they grow older. However, it's important to remember that these risks can be mitigated with proper management during pregnancy and by adopting a healthy lifestyle after delivery. Regular checkups and a focus on diet and exercise can make a big difference in long-term health outcomes for both you and your child. What can we say about living with gestational diabetes? Living with gestational diabetes can feel like a lot. But remember, you're not alone, and many women have successfully navigated this journey. Finding help in community support groups can make a huge difference. Connecting with other moms who understand what you're going through can provide invaluable emotional support and practical advice. Now, let's get inspired by some success stories from mothers who've been there, done that, and rocked it. First, there's Maria, who was diagnosed with gestational diabetes during her second pregnancy. Initially, she felt overwhelmed and defeated. But instead of giving up, she decided to take control. Maria completely revamped her diet, focusing on whole foods and cutting out processed sugars. She also started walking every day, even when she didn't feel like it. With the support of her healthcare team and a local support group, Maria successfully managed her gestational diabetes and delivered a healthy baby boy. She says, "It wasn't easy, but knowing I was doing everything I could for my baby kept me motivated." Then there's Sarah, a self-proclaimed foodie who was at first devastated by her gestational diabetes diagnosis. She worried she'd have to give up all the foods she loved. But with the help of a registered dietitian, Sarah learned how to make healthy swaps and still enjoy delicious meals. She even started a blog to share her recipes and inspire other moms with gestational diabetes. Sarah delivered a healthy baby girl and continues to advocate for healthy eating during pregnancy. Her advice? Don't see it as a restriction, see it as an opportunity to discover new healthy foods you love. Finally, there's Emily, who struggled with the emotional toll of gestational diabetes. She felt guilty and worried constantly about her baby's health, but with the support of a therapist and her partner, Emily learned to manage her anxiety and focus on the positive steps she was taking. She practiced mindfulness and self-care and found that connecting with nature helped her feel more grounded. Emily delivered a healthy baby girl and credits her mental health support team for helping her stay strong throughout her pregnancy. She emphasizes, it's okay to ask for help. Taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health. What do you think about these experiences? Or maybe you have had a similar experience yourself? Tell us in the comments. These stories highlight the importance of taking a holistic approach to managing gestational diabetes. It's not just about diet and exercise, it's about emotional support, community, and self-care. Remember, you're strong, capable, and you've got this. So, to wrap things up, remember with the right approach that gestational diabetes is manageable. We've covered prevention strategies, the importance of regular monitoring, and the power of a balanced lifestyle. The key takeaways are to emphasize prevention, management, and support. Remember, you're not alone in this. We're here with you every step of the way. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe to our channel for more pregnancy and parenthood tips, and comment below with your own experiences or questions about gestational diabetes. Let's build a supportive community together.